A simple clue to discovering what you were meant to do. All right, I was talking to this college kid yesterday. In fact, there were two of them. I was over in Grapevine, Texas yesterday morning for an event that I was at. And I was talking to these two college kids. One's going into real estate and one's about to graduate college. And he doesn't really know what he wants to do. I asked him what his degree was in. And he told me what it was in, but I don't remember what it was. It was pretty much useless, which is pretty common nowadays, sadly. It wasn't one of those entirely useless college degrees, but it was pretty close. And he said, "Yeah, but I'm not gonna go to work in that field." Now I've asked this question so many times I didn't feel like going through it again. But the first question I wanted to ask him was, well, why are you even paying all that money to go to college to get this degree, all those thousands of dollars, and you're not even going to use it? If that was a business, if college was a business franchise, would you dump thousands of dollars into it if you knew you're never going to get any money out of it? That's the stupidest thing in the world. But that's not the point of this video. That'll be for another video. What I asked him was this. I said, well, what is it you want to do? And like any 22-year-old, I was this way too. He said, well, I don't know. I kind of like this. I kind of like that. Well, he started explaining to me a couple things he likes, and I might try that out. And the biggest thing I told him was, don't be afraid to fail. You're 22 years old. Get out there and try stuff. Just like, don't worry. And that was one of my biggest hangups, by the way, which is why I told this kid that. Don't be afraid to just try stuff and fail. All right, I heard a guy say one time, I think it was Michael Dell, who founded Dell Computers. He said, something to the extent of, if you want to succeed faster, you have to double your rate of failure. Don't be afraid to get out there and try stuff. All right, now this kid, he has a mom who's like a world champion bodybuilder and a father who's an entrepreneur. So that kid automatically has two people in his life that puts him way ahead of the curve at 22 than I did. Because I wasn't in that situation. I didn't have that growing up from not only either of my parents, but I didn't have that, and they're great people, whatever, everyone's at a different place, but I didn't have that kind of influence in my life that early on. All right, so I talked to this kid, and he's still trying to figure it out, and that's the biggest thing. Keep figuring it out. Try stuff. I'm 32 at the time of this recording, and I've had a lot of success since 22 in the past 10 years, and I say that humbly, but I say that to say this. I'm just now starting to get into my groove. And it's been 10 years I've been doing this. Writing books, speaking all over the world. I've spoken in 42 U.S. states, 7 countries, and on 4 continents to almost 500,000 people in live audiences. I've written 3 books, sold tens of thousands of those. I've done consulting for businesses. Like, there's a lot I've done. And good mentors have come into my life that have helped me get there. That's one of the biggest keys, by the way. It's not because I'm great. It's because I'm willing, and I'm willing to learn and listen and shut my mouth when I need to. All right? But here's the deal. Here's the point of this video. A clue to finding what you were meant to do. 3 things real quick here. I want you to think about these 3 things, and I want you to think about where they overlap. Remember in geometry, you have those concentric circles. You have one here, and one down here. I'd show all 3, but I don't have a third hand. And then they all kind of overlap in the middle. That little middle part. I want you to answer these 3 questions. What am I good at? Well, first, what do I enjoy? What do I enjoy? What am I good at? And where does it meet a need? What do I enjoy? What am I good at? And where does it meet a need? Another way to say to meet a need is, where does it add value? Because here's the perfect career. Doing something you love, that you're really good at, and you get paid money for it. That's a great business. And a lot of people, they'll get 1 or 2 of those, but they're not satisfied, or they make good money, but they're unfulfilled, or they're not making good money, but they kind of like it, but it's not quite the right fit. There's all these little side effects because they don't have these things in alignment. All right, just like on this car. I'm in my wife's Mustang right now. If these tires are not in alignment, it's going to be a wobbly ride. The steering wheel is going to pull. It's going to be veering off just a hair. It's not going to be on the path it should be. So think about, what do you enjoy? Because if you don't enjoy what you do, you can make tens of millions of dollars and hate your life every second of the day. That's not worth it, by the way. A lot of young people think it is. It's not. That's not success. That's failure. Maybe not financial failure, but it's life failure, especially if it costs you your family and friends in the process. So what do you enjoy? All right. What are you good at? And so enjoying is good. Enjoying is important because You can enjoy to an extent what you do. Doesn't mean it's not going to take work, but you're going to enjoy it to an extent. What are you good at? Here's why it's important to know what you're good at. Because now you can operate in your strength and you can focus narrowly on that. Because that's the vehicle that's going to allow you to go into the third circle, which is adding value. When you find what you're good at, now you can look at life and say, okay, I really like this thing. I'm really good at this thing. And my camera just dropped. All right, so hey, it happens. Nothing in life is perfect, right? There we go. So what are you good at? What do you enjoy? And when you know what you're good at, you can say, where does this fill a need? Where does this add value? Whose problem does this solve? Because when you know that, now people are willing to pay you money when you know the problem that you can solve. So again, the perfect career. If you enjoy it, you're really good at it, and people are willing to pay you money for it. That's good. And by the way, the better you are at that thing, the more money the world and the marketplace is willing to pay you to do that thing. So imagine if whatever it is you're really good at and you really enjoy it, and you find where it overlaps, where it meets a really great need in the world, or adds value in the marketplace to somebody's business or life. Now you're getting paid a lot of money to do something you really enjoy that you're just amazing at. That is a clue to discovering what you were meant to do.